Well, welcome back to our show today, guys. Today we are talking about Jim Harbaugh. He is the coaching controversies, having a wait out while his team prepares to play in the Rose Bowl against Alabama in the playoffs. So, wow. Now, as we gear up for this thrilling Rose Bowl showdown between Michigan and Alabama on January the 1st, we've got a lot to unpack. I'm Dr. Marilyn Carroll, and today we're diving into the world of Jim Harbaugh, his beginnings in college football, his impact at Michigan, and the recent challenges he faced, guys. But first, I want to start with a quote by Jim. Attack each day with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. So, let's salivate on that for a moment. Attack each day with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. That's a deep statement to me. So much enthusiasm that is unknown to mankind. Whew, that's deep. So let's talk about Jim for a minute. He's a former quarterback and current head coach at Michigan Wolves. Wolverines. I'm sorry, Wolverines. I'm sorry, Michigan. He is known for his intense coaching style and innovative strategies. So, what do we know? Let's dive a little bit deeper into his background. He's a notable figure in American football, both as a coach and a former quarterback. He has been at the helm of Michigan Wolverines as their head coach since 2015. Jim is about to celebrate a birthday, so happy birthday, Jim! December 23rd. Jim is as Jim and I are right in there together. December 23rd. So Jim is a Capricorn. That tells you anything. Capricorns is something else. Yes, I may be an educated person, but yes, I can go back and forth on some things too. I like certain things. Hey, my mom is a Capricorn, and my daughter is a Capricorn. My sister's a Capricorn. Got a lot of Capricorns going in this family. So I can just imagine. So Harbaugh played college football at Michigan and carved out a significant coaching career there. The most recent developments, as many of you listening may know, as of late 2023, probably I think it was November, he faced challenges concerning alleged breaches of the sportsmanship policy. So the Big Ten's decision to conclude its investigation in exchange for Harbaugh serving a suspension marks a critical point in his coaching tenure at Michigan. Now, this agreement, announced November again of this year, involves Harbaugh's completing what was initially set as a 3-game suspension. So you may be wondering, "Ooh, wow, that is something." So there's some other juicy stuff going on here, in the rumor mill, guys. At his age, about to be 60, his future has been a subject of much speculation, especially with the connections to various coaching openings. He reports really suggest a potential return in 2024, but a definitive decision has not yet been made by him. And that was according to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler. Harbaugh plans to make decisions regarding his future at the conclusion of the upcoming college football playoffs. All right. Now, this development is significant not just for Michigan football, but also for Harbaugh's career. His leadership marked by a blend of intensity, innovation, and a focus on team culture has brought him under the spotlight, both for on the field success and off the field controversies. The college football community will closely watch the resolution of this investigation and his decision on future coaching opportunities. Isn't this something? So as of now, I believe Michigan is number 1. And they're having the opportunity to play number 4. So controversies in crisis management. So I mean, they're number 1. I want you to remember there's a lot of controversies in crisis management in this whole situation to me. Mr. Harbaugh's, Coach Harbaugh's balls, controversies. He's facing the scrutiny for his for the various on-field decisions and team performance issues. Well, guys, really sometimes controversies can have the impact that we see they're having on him at Michigan. The direct approach shows a willingness to confront problems head on. His transparency can be vital and has been vital in crisis management, which I think has fostered trust and accountability among his teams and his coaches. So let's take a moment to think about that controversies and the things that these coaches go through. Boy, I am just, the more I read, guys, the more I understand, the more I study this and relate it to the various leadership principles and styles and foundational aspects of leadership. Oh my gosh, the more engaged I become with it because there's a lot going on. And I get to see them play this thing out in their life. It is more vivid because it is media, it is entertainment. It is about sportsmanship and things of that nature. However, I if I could see a CEO playbook, see them play out on a daily basis. And now I can see that when I'm coaching them, but seeing various ones and the competition and how it's going, I understand leadership styles, and I each week I try to relate them to some leaders, and some common themes keep showing up among these leaders that's at the top, and the common themes are comparing them to other leaders at the top outside of sports, outside of football. So let's wind back the clock to where it all started for Jim. Before he became the man in charge at Michigan, he had an impressive journey, really, guys. He first made waves as a player, notably as a quarterback at Michigan and then in the NFL. But it was his transition to coaching that showcased his leadership abilities. Even though he was a quarterback out there, he probably saw some things. And I often say, the quarterback is still, in our eyes, the leader of a team, because we always like to choose a leader, and he's calling the plays and things. Well, the coaches are calling the plays, but he's implementing those. And sometimes the quarterback does get to see maybe some things that coaches don't see and may get to call some things as well. But I really think that they're taking it from there. Now, whoever is out there listening, and you guys can correct me. I'd love your feedback. Even though his career began modestly, his first significant role was as head coach of University of San Diego, where he showed early signs of his potential, turning the program around. His subsequent success at Stanford, when he rebuilt the team into really a national contender, really put him on the map. You're seeing some similarities here of some other coaches that we've talked about. This is our 6th coach we're discussing. We have 6 more after him. No, we have 6 more after him. Fast forward to his return to Michigan in 2015, and we see that he brought with him a wealth of experience and a unique coaching philosophy. He's been instrumental in reinvigorating the Michigan program, bringing it back into the national spotlight. Now, who else out there, guys, has brought a program back to the national spotlight? Yes, he has some controversies, but as we're talking about here now, there are going to be controversies. If it's, I'm almost believing if there's no controversies, then you may be boring and outdated, and there's something wrong. It's not a lot of excitement. Even our best, the ones we think are the best at the top of the top quarterback, coaches, they have there are controversies around them, out around their salary, around how they're going and picking people, or the things they get in the community, things of that nature. But guys, think about it. These coaches are doing more than just a football team. The football team, in and of itself, is a business. It's a business that brings a community together and brings in other people to support that community in other ways. So yes, sports is important. It's very important. Entertainment in any form that helps bring us together and rally around something is just extremely important. But sports seems to be one of them. Football in America seems to be the one. We have other sports teams. We have baseball. We have football. Basketball. We have volleyball. We have soccer. But this football thing seems to be the one, and it's college sports football that brings us together as a community. So, hey, I wondered too. But on the outside, it's always like awesome to talk about people in your mind. You think it's awesome to talk about something you know nothing about. Earlier this week, I talked about windows, and I was saying to somebody, one window. I'm sitting here looking out of my window, and I can only see west, north, northwest. I think northeast. I can only see northeast of the window I'm looking out of from this particular viewpoint. But if I turn, then I can see the west. If I turn to my left, and then if I turn to my right, I see more east. So right now I'm looking at northeast. But if I have to do a complete turn to see all the additional windows, I have no windows to the south. So what does that mean? Maybe there's something going on in the south that I don't know. But the window you see out of, meaning the knowledge you have at that moment, is the only knowledge you have. And to get a deeper knowledge of something, you have to study it and get a little deeper into it to really figure, oh, that's what's going on. So here's something for you. Before we open our mouths about something, we may want to investigate a little bit, read up on things, read up on more than what we know, kind of study it, look through the periodicals and things of that nature, read some articles, listen to some of the podcasts that's out there before we form these opinions on people or products or whatever the case may be, we're forming opinions on. So I'm sorry, I digress for a moment, but let's get back on task here. Now, Harbaugh's career hasn't been without challenges. As I just stated, the news and controversies around surrounding his coaching staff as leaders navigating such challenges with integrity and transparency is crucial, guys. While details are still unfolding, his situation really is a reminder of the complexities of leadership in high-stakes environment. So here's a general overview of what his players tended to say about him as a coach. His players think that he is his ability to motivate and inspire, his passion for the game, and energetic personality are frequently highlighted in factors that boost team morale. Many players credit him for their personal and professional development, both on and off the field. He is known for his unconventional methods as well as his quirky personality, which some players find refreshing and motivating, though it might not resonate with everyone. And then some players have commented on the demanding nature of his coaching style, which requires a high commitment and effort. High commitment and effort. That's Sanders, that's Saban, that's each of the coaches that we've talked about. Now we're at our sixth coach, and we're talking about Harbaugh. They all need that commitment and effort, high commitment. If you want it, you're going to have to make some sacrifices and put in time. And if you want to be the best, that's how you become the best. So, interesting. Wonder how else or what else that could flow over into. I often see students will say to me, well, Dr. Carroll, I really want this, but I got some problems. I got things going on at home. There's so much going on. There's always going to be problems, guys. But if you want something really bad enough, you got to put in the time. As an entrepreneur, I am often seen, a lot of times I'll do things on my own by myself because I have a problem. I really do, guys. It's one thing that you're a student because you're my client. I see you as my client there. But when you're supposed to be working with me and we're building something or we're doing something, or you're on my team for my company, I need high commitment too. Because in order for me to, or us to implement something that's best in class, we have to be on target for it. No, there's a time and a place for everything. If you put in the effort now, it's sort of like Sanders said, if you look good, you feel good. Well, if you put in the effort, you put in the time, the commitment, and you understand the knowledge of it, you understand, you wake up with this bull crap. I'm sorry. You wake up with this stuff on your mind and you are building and you're critiquing it. Oh, my gosh, you can go far with it. But some people, we want to do a limited amount of time on something and think we're going to get a whole lot from it. No, it doesn't work that way. And no, you can't just do something that you see and find that, oh, yeah, I can go and do that. No, you can't. It takes energy. It takes time. It takes perseverance. All of that comes along with the knowledge of what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Listen, I want to lose weight, but do I really want to lose weight? If I wanted to lose weight the really good way, I would dedicate a lot of time to that losing weight process. No taking a pill, no shot, none of that. It's the only thing that's going to work. I got to put in some time. I got to exercise. My body is not the same as Jane Doe and Sally Sue and anybody else's who it may be easy for them to lose weight by just shooting themselves taking a shot. For me, I am a physical person. I have to get out there and exercise. I have to keep building muscle. If I don't keep building muscle, it slows down my process of being able to progress from being able to lose weight. So Marilyn, it means that instead of me getting up early every morning and going through all the books and reading all the materials, I have to take out some time and exercise if I want it. That's anything in life you want. If you want it. I love cooking and I want to be my best at cooking for my family and loved ones. But that took a lot of working and exercise. I think I started at 7 trying to cook, but I had to work at it and work at it and work at it. Just like many of these athletes, they started at 5, 6, 7 years old out there on the field in Pee Wee football, and they kept growing and growing and growing. But it took people dedicating energy and time. Their parents dedicated energy and time into making sure they got to practice and things of that nature. But when you get to hot college, you're on your own. Get over there and get done what you need to do. So that commitment and effort has to be brought to the table. So these people are getting ready to play a team that is well prepared under one of the other coaches in this playoff. and it's in any playoff. But that commitment has to be there from all sides. So I think players generally speak about their experiences under their coaches through the demanding nature of their program. Might only be some of it. I think it's important to note that players' experiences do and can vary widely, just like any team member on your team. Their experiences can vary. So let's move on to our next section, and we're going to talk about how, as they prepare for and to face off against Alabama and the Rose Bowl, it's more than just a game. It's going to be more than just a game, guys. It's a test of strategy, resilience, and leadership under pressure. So I decided to do a SWOT analysis on both Harbaugh and Saban. And here goes. Harbaugh's strengths: innovative. He has innovative play calling. Harbaugh is known for his creative and effective game strategies, his player development. On player development, his track record shows a strong ability to develop players, particularly quarterbacks. This man is good at quarterbacks. Intensity and passion. Harbaugh's energetic and passionate approach often galvanizes really his team. Now, weaknesses, we all have them. Inconsistency. Harbaugh teams have sometimes struggled to maintain consistent performance throughout a season. And this is where they may trip up at the Rose Bowl. Media relations. His direct and sometimes abrasive style can lead to strained relationships with the media. I wonder how much this played into his current situation. Because something can happen, but the media can blow it up and make it just, they can blow you up or bring you down. That's what I've learned. And depends on what side of the game you're on and whose back you mess with or didn't mess with, you didn't stretch right, well, because they had an itch. But high pressure games, there has been a notable shortcomings in his high stakes game, particularly against major rivals. He has some shortcomings there. Now, I see his opportunities as recruiting. Because of his strengths, leveraging his NFL experiences and reputation for player development to attract top talent. I see the same thing happening for Sanders and his recruitment efforts because of their reputation. Expanded playbook. He's continuously innovating his strategies to stay ahead in the competitive Big Ten that he finds himself in. Threats. There's rising competition, guys. Increasing competition within the conference and the recruiting battles as we see them happening right now. And then fan and alumni expectation. There's high expectation from a passionate fan base, and alums can lead to intense scrutiny. These alums are something. But I don't blame them. They put in a lot of money. They're raising a lot of money. But these sports scenes are just phenomenal. And sometimes when I look at old movies and I see we are galvanizing or around sports like they were when they would see I don't know what you'd call them. I'd have to research that a little bit. But when I would watch those old movies of Samson and Goliath and, things of that, and they had what is it, the arrows and the way they were fighting, and they'd be in a ring and they'd bring the people in and people just cheering and not cheering. And it was physical battles with people. I don't know where that came from, but at any rate, this is, guys, I'm having so much fun with this. But yeah, now let's compare him on a SWOT analysis to who he's playing. or he's coaching against, or the coach that's the Alabama team, Nick Saban. Now, Saban's record at Alabama is marked by consistent top tier performance and championship. This man is known for doing championships. And I see that, yeah, Saban is about 70, I think, maybe. I don't know how old Saban is right now, but Saban, can somebody look that up for me? But that man, he is perky. He's spunky. That man has a lot of energy. I watch him on these games, Alabama games, and I'm like, ooh, he is something. Or at the practice filmings or things of that nature that I get my hands on. And Saban is an exceptional recruiter. He's consistently bringing in top class talent. They know how to look at the talent equation and what to bring in. Now, we can learn a lot from him on that. I told somebody I was going to do a class on this, on him, about his strategies, and it would probably be around his ability to put together the right team. I think that that is the thing that I would talk about in a class: leadership and the right team approach. What do you think? Give me your thoughts. Send me something. Let me know that one. But at any rate, Saban's ability to adapt to changes in college football, including his offensive and defensive trends. So he's all around. His weaknesses, though, seems to be based on his success. Success at Alabama really a lot of times lead to frequent turnover of assistant coaches as they move to higher positions elsewhere. So not only is good for the players, this man is good for the coaches as well. Public persona. He's while respected, his intense and no nonsense demeanor can sometimes be perceived as overly rigid. I think the man just is focused. He is focused. He is not about the bull. And he's like, oh, come on, people. I've been around a while. Let's get with the program. I love his facial expressions that are null and void. He just says what he has to say. He keeps going. You're not going to read this man. I have not been able to read him. I watch and watch it, but there is no reading Nick Saban. He does not, he doesn't wear it on his face or his body movement. He just keeps going. Opportunities. I think his continued success solidifies his legacy as one of the history's most outstanding college football coaches. And there's opportunity to mentor a new generation, as I talked about when I was discussing him. New generation of coaches within his coaching trio or tree. The threats around him, changes in rules, players' compensation, and the transfer portal present new challenges. People making money. I mean, you get these young people and they don't making money, but I hope they all have an agent and they're doing the things that they need to do and the right agent for the right reasons. Parents, up your game. Up your game. It's more now. It's even more crucial now. It wasn't just about your kid going to the school that they wanted to go to so they can get in the NFL. It's about keeping them alive and well so they can make it to the NFL. And any money that they're making now is worth it. If I'm torn and broken up because I gotta succeed, because I gotta make this money for these people, I might not be any good for the NFL. So watch it. The immense success is another threat that creates extraordinary high expectations each year after year. I remember at the beginning of this year that they lost one of the games to, who was they lost a game to? Michigan, was it Michigan? Did they play Michigan at first? Well, they lost a game, and in the game that they lost, no, it's to Texas. In the game that they lost, I remember hearing in the community when I went to my place at the lake, oh, they went on and on and on and on about, oh, you better get it right, because those are true fans out there. And I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, hey, there is something. You're going to have to work on it. Now, the final part of this, I'm going to talk about Harbaugh's leadership style characterized by his intensity, um, his innovation, and strong focus on team culture. Who is he similar to? Similarities. I say Steve Jobs, who was known for his intense and demanding leadership style. Both leaders are highly passionate about their work and setting high expectations, nothing less than excellence from their teams. Why I say this? Well, Jobs, much like Harbaugh, was not just focused on the results, but also deeply involved in the process, paying great attention to the detail and innovation. Both their leadership styles have been transformative, bringing significant success to their respective teams and organizations. Another similarity I would compare him to is Elon Musk, the CEO of SpaceX and Tesla. Elon Musk is a visionary, his visionary leadership and ability to inspire his team to achieve seemingly impossible goals mirror Harbaugh's approach. Both are known for setting high goals and working relentlessly towards them. Now, Marilyn, why do you say that? Well, like Harbaugh, Musk is known for his intense work ethic and for pushing the boundaries of what's possible. While whether it's space travel or electric cars for Musk or football strategies and team dynamics for Harbaugh. Who else? Well, Nadella from IBM or not IBM, but Microsoft. Oh Lord, I'm sorry. Harbaugh focuses on team culture and player development and shares similarities with Nadella leadership at Microsoft. Nadella is known for transforming Microsoft's culture, emphasizing empathy and collaboration. Now, why do you say that, Marilyn? Well, while their styles may differ in intensity, both leaders prioritize the growth and development of their team members, recognizing that the organization's success is fundamentally tied to well-being and advancement of its people. Well, I'll give you a female I compare him to. I think I'm saying her name right. I think it's Mary Barra. She's the CEO of General Motors. Her leadership in revolutionizing General Motors and steering the company through various challenges somewhat reflects Harbaugh efforts to rebuild and strengthen Michigan's football team. I know she's right there in Michigan as well. So why do you say this, Marilyn? Well, her approach to leadership involves decisive decision making, a strong emphasis on accountability, and a forward-thinking mindset, all of which are qualities seen in Harbaugh's coaching style. So to me, these corporate leaders share Harbaugh's traits of visionary leadership, a focus on innovation, and a commitment to building a strong, unified team culture. While the context may different, the fundamental principles of their leadership approach, setting high standards, inspiring teams toward a shared vision, and focusing on environment of growth and excellence are remarkably similar to me. And so my learning perspectives to take away from this one is flexibility and adaptability is Harbaugh style, emotional intelligence, continuous learning and improvement, balancing tasks. So in summary, Harbaugh's leadership style provides a practical example of how foundational leadership theories manifest in real world scenarios. His ability to inspire, guide, adapt, and care for his team offers us rich lessons, guys, for leaders in any field, emphasizing the importance of flexibility, emotional intelligence, continuous learning, and balancing different leadership styles. And we already talked about his transformational leadership style, authoritative leadership style. I think he also has a servant leadership style when he's catering to his team and thinking about their welfare. Definitely situational leadership, because him as well as many coaches, they can adapt their leadership style as they're going through to enforce and make sure that it is the type of leadership style they need at that moment, whether it's servant, authoritative, or that transformational leadership. Knowing when to turn those leadership styles on, it brings it to his understanding. I love and ability to adapt to all of those when he needs to adapt to them. And that's what I find about a lot of great leaders. They can adapt that leadership style. They have many of them. One, they're more stronger in than others, but they understand that they need to adapt those leadership styles. So that's it for today. Guys, join me next time as we continue to explore the dynamic world of gridiron leadership. Whether you're a football fan or a student of leadership, there's much to learn from the highs and lows of this great sport. Until then, this is Dr. Carol signing off, and we'll see you on the next time on our podcast of Gridiron Leaders. And I hope that you enjoy, comment, like, share, please.